Damn, Mizzy Mari got beat.
Today, got a message on email and Instagram where I get a lot of this content or ideas to explain things to you. And the question was, what is DUP? DUP is daily undulating periodization. Now, before we dig in, I want you guys all to know that some of these concepts that I talk about are just that. They're philosophies and concepts, and they can be applied in different ways, and also that some don't necessarily contradict each other, that they're not mutually exclusive. So you could do kind of block periodization and daily undulating periodization because there is no black and white, there's not lines. And now some of the top guys that maybe know more about it or study a specific topic may argue that, Mike Zordos and Eric Helms and some of these guys that are way smarter than me. But when I think programming, when I think coaching, when I think strength training, I mentioned this before, a lot of it is just troubleshooting. So you try to figure out what's wrong, and then I have these tools and I figure out how to apply some of them to the other ones. So when you're talking about daily undulating periodization, what we're talking about is trying to train multiple rep ranges throughout 1 week or throughout 3 or 4 days, or whatever your training schedule is. So if you're training 4 days a week, say you're squatting 3 or 4 days, we're going to hit multiple muscle fibers. Not only you're going to try to hit different rep ranges, because those different rep ranges and different times under tension, different loads, different stimulus to your body, not only stimulate different muscle fibers, but they'll also stimulate a different type of conditioning. And this way we'll be allowed to stay conditioned in these different energy systems for a long period of time, rather than old school, you do 4 weeks of 10s, 4 weeks of 8s, etc., all the way down. And by the time you reach heavy doubles, you've lost the 10s conditioning and you're not stimulating the same muscle fibers, whether that be hypertrophy or muscle endurance or whatever you want to call it. So daily undulating periodization allows us to train all those. And to give you guys some examples, because that was the other question, is, Mike, when do you talk about percentages and rep ranges? I did a series a long time ago, and I basically just broke down squat, bench, deadlift, and summarized how I train them, both kind of warm up, actual programming, technique, etc. Main things you want to hit are some sets of 1 to 5. For strength. So with strength, you obviously want to be touching heavier loads, higher intensities. And depending on how close you are to a meet or your goal, that might be sets of 5 at 75%. I would still consider some strength training on that strength area. Close you are to a meet, it might look more like doubles at 85, 87, 90%. But you want to hit something like that about once a week. You also want to hit, some kind of speed / technique training. And in my opinion, that's going to be something, sets 1 to 3. But now the percentage is going to be a little bit lighter, so you can really focus on that form and force production. So that would be sets of 1 to 3, anywhere between even 55 to 70%, depending on the exercise, because you can use all of these for with exercise variation, right? So if I'm doing a front squat, I'll probably be on a lower percentage compared to a heavier load that will be my back squat. Another one is that I always kind of work is 5 to 10. That's going to be kind of that hypertrophy, muscle endurance type thing. That percentage will vary obviously by person, but anywhere from 55 to maybe 65, 70%. 70% for 6s is pretty hard, and that's creeping in on that strength world for me. So the last one, which I'll use here and there depending on the phase, is sets of 10 to 15, and that's just for overall conditioning and more hypertrophy. So further away from a meet, I'll kind of use those, and then I'll start to take them away. So every program, not by Kaizen, or that I coach my athletes with, Smokey, Dan, Nick Pekolsky, David Webb, all these guys, they will be using some type of daily undulating along the way. Now, if you're a very beginner, do you have to worry about this? Well, no, you don't have to worry about it, but I do think it can help just about anybody, and you'll just be able to progress linearly faster. So if you do almost a max effort set of 10, max effort set of 5, and some speed triples, you'll be able to add weight to that every week without issue. If you're more advanced, we're gonna have to manipulate the other factors, as in volume, sets times reps. So maybe more sets, maybe the weight's just going up and down, maybe the weight stays the same for a while, maybe there's deloads, maybe there's more exercise variation to try to avoid plateauing and just because you won't be able to adapt to that stimulus quick enough, you won't be able to add weight every single week the stronger you get. And that's typically after 1, 2, 3 years of really good training. In the beginning, you just start adding weight, and you're eating, recovering, stimulus, adapt, repeat, and it goes on forever. But the further along in your journey you get, the harder it's going to be. So today is my strength squat day. It's Monday. Last week I hit 495 for a pretty easy triple, so we're gonna see maybe 485 to 500 for a set of 3 or 4 today. Then I'm moving on to bench. I'm also gonna bench semi-heavy, as it is my strength day, so maybe we'll do some good sets of 5 around 325, 335. We'll see how it feels. Again, because I don't have a competition coming up, and my number one goal is fat loss. I'm trying to keep my training the same, but I will adapt and kind of auto-regulate. Auto-regulate means adapt to that day by how you feel. Adapt your training to that day. So I'm not stuck on a number. Once I get in meet prep, hopefully come August, September, I'll be stuck on those numbers, and we're just gonna freaking hit them regardless. But today, so yeah, we'll have that, a little back pump, a little bicep pump, and then I'm gonna drive to the commercial gym down the street, which I just decided today I'm just gonna buy a spin bike, because I'm basically using that gym here and there for some preacher curls and stuff, but mostly for a spin bike to get my cardio in. So I'm just going to go to that gym and do some 5 rounds of spin bike sprints. But then tomorrow, maybe the day after, I'm just gonna go buy a spin bike. I'm fed up with it. Do it in my living room while I'm watching TV or YouTube, and get it done with every single day. Ronnie Coleman did it, I can do it. If that helped you guys, hopefully understand daily undulating periodization a little bit. Again, it is a concept, it is a broad concept. There's many details you can figure out, and again, the more you know, the more you can troubleshoot, rather than you just know and then apply it and it works for everyone. Strength training doesn't work that way, nothing in life works that way. So give it a thumbs up if you guys dig the video. Leave a comment below what you guys want to see me cover next. I'm gonna try to get over some squats. Hopefully you guys dig the footage. Appreciate you.